Hello everyone, and welcome to my official ranking of every special ability in Dokkan. In this video, I'm going to really look into each different type of special ability in the game and go over how they affect gameplay. I don't want to talk too much in the intro, but all I'm going to say is please sub if you're new, and now let's get straight into the ranking. First off, we got number 16, outfit changes. This is an ability that never really had a huge impact on the game. It was a cool little thing. Some of them gave a small boost, but most of them were pretty pointless and didn't really do much for gameplay. Next up, we got number 15, damage active skills. This one is like a slightly more impactful ability, but still nothing really special. They're relatively outdated if we're going to be honest. Damage actives were like the first active skill we ever got, and now actives and other skills have gone so crazy that something like this is not really enough to make a character special. Number 14, standby nukes. In my opinion, standby nukes are not too much different from damage actives, especially if they're not done properly. Sure, like you got the 8th anniversary physical Fusaga duo who have a nuking passive and can hit somewhat hard, but it's not like outstandingly hard where it's worth a whole special ability. I mean, the best part about it is you do get like a very defensively capable unit for a couple of turns, but aside from that, I don't think the damage is all that great, especially now considering some units get that on a regular super attack. Next up, we got number 13, swap out actives. I feel like swap out actives, and I'm not talking about exchanges because this is basically just a worse version of exchange units. Swap out actives are kind of just annoying. I feel like a lot of them take too long to come out, and the fact that you're just forced to commit to that one character after that kind of sucks. Because like my best example of this is the Vegeta and Piccolo unit. I really don't like how once you're on, Vegeta, you're just done with Piccolo. Sure, you've got pretty good abilities, but I prefer obviously exchange units over swap out actives. I feel like swap out actives are just an outdated version of exchange units now. Number 12, crit actives. I put this one so much higher because yes, I know it's basically just a glorified damage active, but crit actives are like, you know how SSJ4 full power Vegito had like guaranteed crits for the turn? That dude was hitting so hard you could like wipe out whole phases just when he pops his active, because the active did a bunch of damage and then every attack for the rest of the turn was also a crit. So like actives that are like that are just pretty solid still in my opinion, especially on these bosses that have like billions of health now. Next up, we got number 11, domains that boost stats. So this is basically just your standard domain that we got with the Future Saga celebration and whatnot, because Future Gohan's domain is pretty solid. He's got the stat boost for those units that are in it, and the only thing I don't really like the most is that it can also buff enemies if you're facing enemies that are in the right category. That's why it's a little bit lower than other things, but still it's up here on the number 11 spot. And moving on to number 10, we've got healing actives. Something like Kid Goku, for example, who we got recently after the 10th anniversary. His healing active is pretty solid. I think even if it's only like 30%, I'd say that's pretty good. Any healing can make a big difference. So not only is he getting some stats and some key, he's giving you a safer turn, right? So especially in no item runs, this is a super useful ability that I think is pretty underrated. Now we're moving on to number 9, full field orb change. This spot has so much utility because it's both like in a way a healing ability and also like you're activating whatever orb thresholds a unit needs. So like obviously Kale and Caulifla, they've got both their own special abilities for getting all those orbs. Bulma had her full field orb change. Broly's got a full field orb change, which is just like guaranteed dodge and also like a full heal basically. So I think full field orb change has a lot of potential to like save runs or be very useful. Obviously it kind of sucks with Kale and Caulifla where like you don't really control when it or yeah, you don't really have any control over when it comes out, but still it's a really useful ability and it's really nice to have. Next up, we got number 8, which is standby transformation. So think like full power Goku, full power SSJ4 Goku, you know what I mean. In his prime, he was amazing. If they execute these correctly, these standby transformations are really amazing, because when full power Goku was in his prime, it was basically invincible. And then after you have those couple of invincible turns as Oob, who's got like phenomenal defense, you just turn into this like god mode SSJ4 Goku who was like untouchable. Obviously nowadays he's a bit more fraudulent, but in his prime we're talking here. So basically what I'm saying is standby transformations executed correctly can have tons of value and can be really amazing. So they definitely deserve the number 8 spot in my opinion. Next up for number 7, we got domains that boost like a hidden potential system, aka like dodge. So this is pretty straightforward. MUI Goku is a great example here. Tech MUI, or well, Tech UI, whatever you want to call it. His domain was really amazing, and the fact that it cancels dodge nullification, so it's canceling a cancel, it really makes it special, and it's probably like one of the most unique abilities in the game. Very useful if you're running a dodge team and you got a certain phase where boss doesn't let you dodge, but you still want to dodge. You better wipe him out before, you know, it runs out though. So there you go, that's number 7. Coming in at number 6, we have standby revives. This is just a really handy one. Revives are just really good, you know. I think standby revives are really cool, especially when they come with something like the 8th anniversary GT Duo, where like everyone on rotation gets a massive stat boost, and then anybody who gets KO'd is still safe. So the revive goes off no matter what, and then you get that big damage as well. So it's like 4 different abilities just packaged into one. I really like it. It's cool. Number 5 is just the regular revive skill. I think this is just like slightly easier to activate, slightly safer, because some units you just need to get hit a couple of times. Some units are like just way easier to activate the revive than doing the whole standby thing where like you have to hit an HP threshold or whatever. So it's just more straightforward, right? It's pretty simple. It's a nice revive. But the thing is, like, a lot of units that are like this, that have just a base revive skill, they gain so much more after being revived. So like in Broly and whatever, that's the only one I can think of right now. But yeah, a lot of units like that. And I feel like you guys should also make sure to revive my channel by subscribing if you made it this far. But let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is transformations. I think transformations are one of the most fun mechanics in the game. You get this super cool, amazing like unit, favorite character, whoever, usually like Gogeta, Vegeta. They're obviously the most hype releases, right? So people love them. Transformations are cool. They're always relatively powerful. Even on the We Saiyans Have No Limits transformation, that part of the unit is actually quite valid and was the best part of that unit. Now, for the top 3, we've got exchange units, which is the new mechanic. I mean, pretty straightforward. Just look at how useful and versatile Gogeta and Vegito are. Specifically Vegito. I still think Vegito is like literally like best unit in the game. The good thing is like Vegeta's got a special defense, Goku's got like his slot 2 extra supers and stuff. So it just, I like how it affects gameplay, right? So having the ability to swap out back and forth between units depending on what you need from them is very cool. And the fact that each side has its own active, like to either be a transformation or to just be like a regular active skill, is just phenomenal. I hope we get so many more exchange units because I really love these cards. And for number 2, we've got targeting skills. This is basically just like a get out of jail free card. I love targeting skills, especially on like Beast Gohan when he was in his prime. I think a targeting skill on the right unit can literally like just make it such a fun experience, because like who doesn't like seeing that the numbers go up, right? Like you look at Beast Gohan, he takes like 8 attacks and he's like getting up there close to 20 mil. So obviously not as impressive nowadays, but when he came out, that was like mind-blowing and amazing, and he's still goated. I still respect Beast Gohan. Man, drop a like if you still respect Beast Gohan. I'm tired of hearing the fraud allegations just because people want to bring him into 37 turn events. Anyways, number 1, Ghost Usher actives. I feel like this is just it's just a get out of jail free card, let's be honest. It's a whole turn off to save your rotation and fix any mistake that you made. I mean, that's about it. It's just a get out of jail free card. I also forgot to low-key mention Scouters. Scouters are really cool. But that kind of bundles into a bunch of other skills, so I can't give it its own spot. But Scouters are really good just because you can Scouter fish and then reset the turn. So that kind of goes into transformations once again. So maybe I could move transformations higher, but I want to say this top 5 is like I'm pretty confident that people will agree with my top 5 here. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? That's my ranking of all the special abilities in Dokkan. Let me know if I missed anything or if you think my list is wrong, but make sure to let me know in the comments. And I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I'm finally starting to feel better after being sick.